days of the week. And eventually, when both the group of students were compared, an amazing research. There was no difference between the students who literally played the piano and the students who just imagined playing the piano in their mind. The impact of your thoughts, impact of your imagination on your body and your brain is the same. Now, let's use this research in our day-to-day life. Friends, let me tell you, we get angry when we have an unpleasant incident with someone in our life. Somebody says something which we don't like it. That event is a reality, and that event may happen for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at max. And post that event, what do? We keep thinking about it. How dare she could say that? That's really not done. I'm not going to take this. This is really ridiculous. And that is then played in the mind. And the impact of something which is done in reality and the impact of the thoughts on the brain and the body is the same. This is a beautiful research, and this can be used in your relationship, in your emotional well-being, because believe it, all depends on that. Now, what I'm going to stress on here is the things which are in your mind. So once you had an unpleasant experience for 15 minutes, you dragged it in your memories, not only for days, weeks, months, sometimes years and lifelong. I have often seen people saying that I have been so nice with others. Doctor, I really don't, hurt people or go out of the way, troubling others. But I'm quite surprised to see that people react with me badly. Come on, let's think about it. Is it only doing which is important, or is it what you think? My dear friends, today I would suggest you to do an exercise tonight. When you lie down on your bed, think about the kind of thoughts you actually cater to throughout the day. Psychologists have proven a human body can have as big as 80,000 thoughts per day. But can we speak 80,000 statements in a day? Of course not. How many? 1,000, 2,000 at max? So what you talk and what you think, there is a big difference in terms of volumes. And that is why our life is driven more by our thoughts and then by our words. Because our brain does not discriminate between the reality and imagination. It is a wonderful research for us to understand, digest, and make use of it. Relationships. Go back. I remember one of my recent clients happened to mention that, Doctor, I was very upset. I always believe my husband, my spouse, is next to God to me. I only trusted God and him. And you know what I saw? On his PC one day, I found that he's been on all these kind of filth and, he's been connecting to other women. Mera to dil toot gaya. I am broken heart because of that. Now, the event was one day. Confrontation was one day. The thing might have stopped thereafter. But she did not give it up from the thoughts. She continued and brooded over those thoughts. How can you do that? He's cheating on me. He's troubled me. What is the future? My children's future, the family future, and what not. So you keep the events active in your thoughts. And who's troubled? Who is troubled in turn? You are troubled in turn. Because your thoughts are prized possession of your own self. With this invention and research, you can even cure your disorders. A lot of disorders are psychosomatic. You fall sick, keep that aside. So if you have a negative thought, you have resentment, anger, things you hold. So you say, even people say back to me, doctor, but I never answer back. I keep it in my heart. I cling on to it. This is more dangerous because then you play that movie in your head 24/7 because mindfulness, meditation, and all this. Believe it, let go, forgive. That is a very, very good strategy. You may catch somebody doing something wrong, but then you don't let go on it. You keep repeating it, not only in your conscious conversations, but in your mind. And when you do that, you suffer the most. Nobody else suffer. So let me tell you that this research was also done again in China when there was a plague and it was beyond control, and they found a herb which was curing this plague. Well, a time came when the herb quantity started decreasing, but the cases were multiplying. It was epidemic. You know what they did? They went to a very senior person and said, now very soon the herb will disappear. What do we do? And the gentleman said, only the herb will disappear, but the name of the herb will not. And they cured the patients by chanting the name of the herb. Placebo effect, what is that? I remember my husband was in a hospital and he used to have acute leg pain, but they could not give painkiller every hour. And doctor introduced a sugar pill which looked like a tablet. And believe it, after taking that sugar pill, he will sleep for an hour, which had no analgesic into it. That is the impact on the mind, because the brain does not understand the difference between imagination and reality. And this is a wonderful result. And I would want you to use it in everything, in curing yourself, for your emotional well-being, for your mental well-being. Because please, don't live in the negativity, because you live in negativity, and then who suffer? You suffer, and you continue to brood on these thoughts forever and ever. So always remember that your relation, you sometimes will come up and say that, with this person, doctor, I always have a conflict. Even before the meeting, I keep thinking myself, I'm not going to fight, I'm not going to get into an argument, but eventually when I meet the person, argument happens. Now you understand the reason why it happens? Because you're thinking about it. You're cultivating it in your mind. And the brain doesn't understand the difference between reality and imagination. So mind then overthinks. What happens? Very often, persons will say, today I didn't do anything, but I'm so drained out. I'm so tired. You know why? Why are you drained out? Because you were busy with lot of negativity of the people around you. This one said like this, how can this happen with me? Why this is not right? Negative thoughts, they drain you down. Alternatively, if you keep yourself busy with some form of an exercise, long walks, or even playing a game where your mind gets diverted. Because when you keep your mind focused on these kind of thoughts, it will trouble you and you alone. So visualization is a very powerful tool. Use it for your benefit. Whatever you want in life, just visualize it. I've done in one of my videos that exercise where you close your eyes and you feel that fresh lime is cut into two pieces and you squeeze it in. You literally feel saliva coming to your mouth. Why does it happen? Imagination. There is no knife, there is no lemon, there is nothing. You know you're not squeezing it, yet your body reacts to it. So your body and your brain only listen to your soul, your mind, and your mind's job is to keep thinking, keep thinking. So come on, my dear listeners, today's homework for you is what? When you lie down on your bed, think what kind of a thought process you maintained today, and how can you help yourself to reduce the number of thoughts and be more positive in your thoughts, because your thoughts are your position and your relationships, good or bad. I've seen people in love when the partners are not around, as it is a month of February and Valentine Day is just round the corner. You just think about your loved one in your thoughts and you get the same kick. Why? Because body does not understand the difference between the real and imagination. I'm sure some of you must have used it for positive feelings. Come on, let's check our thoughts and make our world. Thank you very much.